What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black, coming back to talk about this Super Bowl. First of all, I want to give props to every SEC player that played in this Super Bowl tonight, whether they was playing for the Chiefs or the Eagles. So I'm going to give a shout out to all of them. For the Eagles, we had from Alabama, Jalen Hurts, amazing game. Devontae Smith, amazing game. Landon Dickerson and Devontae Smith. Proud of all four of those guys. From Auburn, you had Jack Driscoll and Arian Silpos. I guess that's how you pronounce it. But those two guys are from Auburn. From Florida, you had C.J. Gardner-Johnson. From Georgia, you had Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. Ole Miss, you had A.J. Brown. And Mississippi State, you had Fletcher Cox and Darius Slay. Those are the guys from the SEC who played for the Eagles. And the guys from the Super Bowl winning Chiefs, from Auburn, you had Pierre Tega Wanogho. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but it's spelled W-A-N-O-G-H-O. So he's from Auburn. Florida, you had Carlos Dunlap, Kadarius Toney, and Tommy Townsend. From Georgia, you had Malik Herring. Kentucky, Darian Kennard. LSU, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Mississippi State, Willie Gay Jr. and Chris Jones. Missouri, Nick Bolton. Tennessee, Trey Smith. Okay, so those are the guys from the SEC that played in the SEC that won in the Super Bowl tonight. But say shout out to all those guys and all of those college programs that had guys to play in the Super Bowl, and especially the programs that had guys to win a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. But let's talk about the Super Bowl. I don't care if you a fan of the Eagles or the Chiefs or any college football fan. You got to take your hat off to Jalen Hurts tonight. Ran for 3 touchdowns, threw for 1, and also ran for the 2-point conversion. Jalen Hurts played the game of his life. Devontae Smith, he did pretty good. Matter of fact, Devontae Smith had 7 catches for 100 yards. A.J. Brown, 6 catches for 96 yards. Dallas Goedert, 6 catches for 60 yards. Those were the 3 main targets. I feel like the catch that they said wasn't a catch that Devontae caught, I feel like that was a catch. He had the ball. Yeah, the ball hit the ground, but it didn't move when it hit the ground. They always say the ball can hit the ground as long as it don't move. They said it wasn't a catch. I didn't like that. A critical mistake by Jalen Hurts was that fumble, and Chiefs ran it in for a touchdown. But hey, you can't blame the game on that one play because that was in the first half. You had a whole nother half to go. And hell, you probably had about 7 or 8 minutes or more in the first half when that happened. So I'm not going to blame that because they lost the game, okay? Patrick Mahomes, he played a good game. When they messed his ankle up, hit his ankle again, I thought he was going to be out. But I just wonder what the hell they gave him to fix that ankle. Because after the half, he wasn't limping at all. He was running around like it wasn't nothing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But you got to take your hats off to the Chiefs, too. They battled back from 10 points down at the half and, hey, pulled out the win. But I'm going to tell you now. Oh, also, Kelsey for the Chiefs. He's a beast. He is a beast. I'm telling you, man. He had 6 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown. He was their leading receiver. Smith-Schuster, 7 catches for 53 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 15 carries for 76 yards running back. Patrick Mahomes ran for 44 yards, but still, man, I really wanted the Eagles to win this game, but hey, it didn't happen. It be that way sometime. I really wanted Jalen Hurts to win this game. But if you ask me, matter of fact, Jalen Hurts was their leading rusher, 15 carries for 70 yards. Oh, man, other than that, Kenneth Gainwell, 7 carries for 21 yards. Mike Sanders, 7 carries for 16 yards. Basically, they were stopping the run game for the Eagles, or the Chiefs were stopping the run game for the Eagles, unless it was Jalen running the ball. But I'm going to tell you, I don't know what happened to the Eagles defense tonight. It was non-existent. Eagles been playing solid football or solid defense the whole season. And tonight, they couldn't stop nothing, whether it was the pass or the run. They made no adjustments at all. I don't know why they just didn't get out the zone and go to man. The zone was not working at all. Granted, Patrick Mahomes was getting the ball out of his hand fast. Seemed like under 2 seconds at time. But he was getting the ball out of his hands fast. But still, you ain't put no pressure on Mahomes maybe 3 or 4 times during the whole game. That was it. And Joe, I'm telling, but the freaking Eagles defensive front was getting manhandled. The Chiefs offensive line was manhandling them. It was sad, man. It was sad to watch. I was depending on the Eagles defense. This whole time I've been talking about, I think the Eagles will win because the Chiefs defense is not as good as the Eagles defense. But guess what? Tonight, the Chiefs defense was 150% better than the Eagles defense. Plain and simple. They couldn't stop nothing. They scored 2 touchdowns with the same play. Back-to-back drive. The same play, just different sides of the field. I don't know who the hell the Eagles defensive coordinator is, but he needs his ass kicked. He needs his ass kicked. Sad, man. Sad. Then you get them. You had them 3rd and 8. Some kind of, what I'm calling it a phantom hold call. A phantom. When he threw the flag, no, that wasn't a hold. He was barely touching the guy then. He did not hold that guy. You ain't telling me nothing. And if he did, it wasn't enough to impede him or slow him down. So that was a bad call in my opinion. So it is what it is, man. But it was a good game. Well, offensively it was a good game. Because defensively both teams really didn't impress me on defense. But the Chiefs defense did enough to pull out the win. Okay? But the Eagles defense, they need their ass kicked, man. They let this offense down. They let Jalen Hurts down. Really let Jalen Hurts down. Because Jalen Hurts, matter of fact, really, Jalen Hurts and Devontae, that was the whole offense in itself. Really, if you want to look at it, I know A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith was the whole offense. Basically. That's fact. So, it is what it is. I said on my live, whoever had the ball last gonna win, and that's what happened. Because, man, I'm just sad for Jalen. I'm telling you, I am sad for Jalen. Because they should have won this game. It's like the defense's game plan was something totally different than what it was the whole season. Just straight sad. The defense was hard to watch. I mean, Jesus. But guess what? Well, anyway, far as the stats, Eagles had 417 yards of offense to the Chiefs 340. Jalen had 302 yards passing to Patrick Mahomes 182. This rushing, the Eagles had 115 to the Chiefs 158. The Eagles had 25 first downs to the Chiefs 21. Penalties also hurt the daggone Eagles too. That hurt the Eagles too, man. I mean, Eagles had the ball 35 minutes, 47 seconds. Chiefs only had it 24 minutes and 13 seconds. But hey, it is what it is. The Eagles just got to go back to the drawing board, especially on the defense. The offense is pretty good. The offense is good. It's the defense. Well, it was tonight. But I'm like I said, I got to take my hats off to Jalen, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown. Those guys played a great game. Also, take my hat off to Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I'm gonna just take my hat off to the whole Kansas City Chiefs team because they won the Super Bowl. Plain and simple. But Jalen Hurts, I feel bad for you. It ain't on you. I know you fumbled the ball and they picked it up and scored, but that's not the play that lost the game. Because guess what? There was a whole lot more game to play, and your defense let you down. Your defense let you down, point blank. So it is what it is. And hey, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'll talk to y'all later. And you know I got to say it even though it's NFL. Roll damn Tide.